Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my returning viewers. If you guys would like to see how I install this really bomb wig from Recool hair while I ramble and talk, keep on watching. So you guys, hey, as you guys can see, my voice is a little bit better, okay, from the last time you guys heard me speak. And I'm in a better place now, and you guys gave me a lot of love and a lot of encouraging words that did not get unnoticed. I mean, I seen all of them, and I love all of you guys for sharing your stories and just making me feel like I wasn't alone, which I knew I wasn't, but it just made me feel like I wasn't, and that felt really good. And I'm super happy that you guys were there for me in the time of me speaking my truth and speaking from pain, because y'all could hear it in my voice, okay? Like, y'all know I'm usually upbeat, and cool, and but I was speaking from pain, y'all. I was really hurting, and you guys were really there for me. Like 50 plus comments. Are you kidding me? I was not expecting that. I was kind of nervous to post it because I was being extremely vulnerable, because you guys have never really seen me in that light, especially not on this channel. Of course, on other platforms, I'll talk a little bit more, but on here, it's usually, like I said in my last video, strictly hair, talk, whatever. But I'm going to start speaking more, okay? Because y'all really did it for me in the comments, and I'm smiling as I'm saying this because that felt really good. You guys were there for me. I felt all of your guys' words, and it definitely uplifted my spirits. Like, I did not feel alone at all. And you're probably like, damn, like, you gonna talk about this again? I am, just for a little bit. Okay, this is another long video so that, I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet to just kind of continue what I was talking about in a new perspective, because everything's perspective, right? And that perspective was speaking from a lot of pain, and now I'm going to speak from like a clear mind. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to get into really what I'm doing here in this tutorial. But I made this video long again so you guys can still watch and enjoy what I'm doing while I talk and speak my truth. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of the term inner child, but it is basically like the child that's inside of us that remembers all of our wounds and traumas and abuse that may have occurred as our past selves and who we were in our past, basically. And I just basically realized how wounded my inner child was. Not even just from abuse from my mom, but friendships that have failed me, relationships that have failed me, people leaving me, abandoning me, people that I thought cared about me, but showed me in the long haul or the long run that they actually didn't, based on actions and abuse, or just saying fuck me and moving on with their lives, when I actually cared a lot about a lot of people that was in my past that just did me hella scandalous, And so that's why I didn't want to, but I kind of was looking back at that video, and I'm like, okay, my mom did play a big role in my traumas, but I have a lot of traumas from a lot of people. Like, it's definitely not just her, and I made her the focal point of the video just because that's who I was dealing with at the time. But I realized that I get triggered really easily, right? My inner child, I'll say, gets triggered really easily, and I didn't realize how wounded she was until I sat and thought about it. Like, this isn't even you. Like, you have to be your adult self now. And it's crazy to say, like, I don't know if you guys know that I'm only 19, but I am 19 years old, and I'm just now realizing how fast I grew up. Well, I always knew I was kind of like super mature from a very young age, but not even just being mature, but growing up fast. I grew up super fast, and yeah, I'm basically just now realizing how young I am and how fresh all those wounds really are, and that I have to mend and heal all those wounds so that I can be the adult Kamani that I know that I am deep down inside, and that shows up sometimes, but not all the time, because the little girl inside of me, not even just like, I'm not even talking like 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, I'm talking 15, 16, 17, because I'm still in my adolescence in that age range. Like, I'm not grown yet, even though in my mind, you feel me, I was grown. I definitely wasn't. And the things that I was put through and the things that I went through, that life put me through, and the lessons that I was learning that was really hard, like, changed me. It changed me in a good way, but it also changed me in a bad way. It made me be not receptive, but what's the word to use? Vulnerable to codependency. Okay, a lot of my relationships have been codependent due to being scared of being abandoned and left, and on top of that, just being gullible and trusting people really quickly because I wanted somebody, not even just relationship wise, but friendships too. I just wanted love out of something other than myself. And it's like, I had a lot of rage. Like, I've grown a lot of rage, and I feel like I was so combative with my mom, because I didn't speak on how combative, well, I don't remember if I did or not, but I had a lot of rage when it came to my mother, because back in school, which I don't think I've ever spoken on this channel, but I used to get bullied really bad by people that was supposed to be my friends, people that weren't my friends, but it was like that bullying shit that you see in the movies. It wasn't like your mediocre bullying. Like, that shit was traumatic. Okay, people was really fucking with me bad, like all the way up into high school. And I was so quiet because people viewed me as weak, and I just let them, because I didn't really have a point to prove. I didn't feel like proving myself, because I knew deep down I wasn't weak, but I knew that, like, it wasn't worth it to give my energy to these people that didn't matter. Like, I was really focused on myself. I was so confident as a kid, you guys. Like, I was so freaking confident. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but I started my YouTube channel when I was 14, and like, it was all me, it was all me. Like, that was all my brain. Like, oh, so proud of her. But the thing is, though, like, I keep saying, like, that's some girly shit right there. I'll just keep like, but yeah, back to the focus. Let's get back focused, okay? But yeah, since I was so confident when I was younger, and I was truly just being myself, like, I didn't grow up with a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was wearing thrift store clothes. I was making fits out of what I could make fits out of, crafting shit up, painting my clothes, like my jeans and my Air Forces. Like, I used to do it all up, really crafty, right? And I was bullied for it. My hair, like, when I first started wearing wigs, y'all, the girls hated it. Everybody was so mean to me. They were so mean to me about me wearing wigs. And now look at me, like, and it's so funny because people that used to bully me, like, they be wanting me to do their hair now. And it's like, girl, like, I never forgot. That's neither here nor there, though. So since I was so confident when I was younger, I know for a fact that I was really intimidating to my peers, and they wanted to break me down. They wanted to tear me down, which they did a really good job at it. Like, I lost a lot of my confidence, but at the same time I didn't, though, because I feel like I always knew who I was, and like my abilities and my gifts and my talents. I was always aware of that. Like, as soon as I was aware, I never lost sight type shit. But at the same time, on a emotional level, that kind of broke me down, because I cared a lot about people, period. But yeah, that's back to the point, though. Since I came off as weak, and since I never fought back or engaged in fighting back or talking shit back, or, you know what I'm saying, since I never engaged in like being physical with people, or not physically, but verbally combative, or like cussing people out, I would just shut the fuck up. Since I was like that, I didn't want to be like that anymore. And once I started to experience verbal abuse and like just other side of my mom, like, I had to fight back. I felt like it was my duty to. I'm not going to lie, because I felt like for so long I've let people bully me. And now that it's my mom bullying me, oh, you're going to get all of the rage that's been pent up inside of me since a child. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody really protected me from anybody. If we're being real, my sisters, my brother, my mom, like, nobody was really like putting people in check for me, even though it's not my responsibility to do that. And it's sad that I have to say this, because when it's your family, you would just do that. Like, if the tables was turned, I would fight people for my family, but I didn't come from a place like that. So since that wasn't the case, I just felt like she really didn't care, and I wanted her to feel every ounce of rage, and she wasn't prepared for that. Like, she didn't know that I would get like that with her, because I was super quiet, super chill, super sweet, you know, a little attitude when I was younger, as people would say, but I was never going to fight. So I felt like it was a shock for everybody when I started to like fight back and just, yeah, I would fight back. Like, I would fight physically, verbally. I would cuss her out, okay? And she didn't like that. And since she didn't like that, we would fight a lot. You know, it would be like a every other month thing. She would call me crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna say she would call me crazy, but because I really don't know if she has, but she would make me feel super crazy and put me in psychiatric hospitals and would just shut me out when I was literally losing my mind, because I felt like I was just so misunderstood. And yeah, that shit hurt me. And recently she had tried and attempted to be cool with me for the first time in forever. Like, she has never really been close to me. She's always been pretty much emotionally distant. Like, when we would hang out, it would be cool, but it wasn't a consistent thing. It wasn't an always thing that we would hang out, or she would engage in engage in conversation with me as a regular person, or she would compliment me, or none of these things ever happened as a child. And since she just recently started to do that, I didn't take that lightly. I mean, I was vibing with it at first, but recently I was like, nah, like, I feel like you're being fake. It felt disingenuous because I couldn't believe that she wanted to have a relationship with me all of a sudden. And it fucked with my mind, y'all. And that's why I got kicked out, and that's why things just went really left, because I stopped talking to her for a long time. She didn't understand why I wasn't talking to her, because I didn't feel emotionally safe enough to express to her the real reason why I wasn't speaking to her. Because I started to do inner child work, and when I did that, a lot of shit came up, a lot of traumas came back up, and I was like, nah, like, I don't want to be cool with this lady. I don't. So I just shut up. And I didn't speak to her. She didn't take that lightly, y'all. She did not, okay? She did not like that. Even though I kind of explained to her what was going on, she still felt that it was just mainly disrespect, me having an attitude, when it was so much deeper than that. And yeah, you guys, I just didn't realize how messed up my inner child was, because that's really the only reason why shit goes where it has went left with my mom, because I felt like I had to protect myself, because for so long, for years, I didn't. And I was trying to protect me at all costs, man. But yeah, you guys, I'm not negating the fact that she wasn't verbally abusive, because she definitely was. She definitely was, but I am not innocent. Like, I played my role. I said some really heinous, crazy things, which that's not me. Like, that could be her all day, but that's not me. Like, that's literally not me. Like, I've never been like that. I never wanted to break somebody down or bully somebody. Like, that was never my spirit. It was just really uncomfortable with my soul that I was turning into such a nasty, hateful, spiteful, bitter person, even if it was towards somebody that abused me. Like, I don't want to hold that weight. I literally don't. Like, I want to move with love, walk in light. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be mad or angry or upset with anybody. But boundaries are important, right? And she didn't like the fact that I said boundaries. Very clear ones at that. Like, I made it clear, like, hey, look, I just literally don't want to talk to you, because I got stuff that I need to heal from, and I can't do it while being close to you. I don't know how that still went over her head, but it did. But I made that very clear that it wasn't out of malicious intent, that I wasn't speaking to her. But yeah, you guys, it's unfortunate that parents don't understand that we're people with feelings. They think that they deserve the moon and the stars just for being a parent. And I hate to say it, but they don't. And it's super unfortunate that it's just the world that we live in. Like, people have kids and don't think really twice about it, or they don't think about what really can happen, or they don't think about how they need to bring a child into this world with unconditional love. Unconditional love, not love you when you do this for me, or love you when you treat me like this, or love you when you accomplish this goal. Love me for being me. You know what I'm saying? Parents don't, they miss that mark. A lot of parents do. And they hit the mark with, my mom hit the mark with financially providing, like, and she speaks on that a lot, that she provided for us, which of course I'm appreciative of. Of course I'm grateful that I was able to grow up in the suburbs and not in the trenches for real. Like, I'm grateful that I had clothes. I'm grateful that I was fed. Grateful of all of these things, but emotionally, I never experienced that care. Okay, that care, that love, that feeling of love. And that goes back to me being codependent and me being super gullible with people, because I just wanted to feel that, because I didn't get that at home from my mom, the very person that brought me here. Like, that's important, you guys. And yeah, like I was saying, it's just unfortunate that that's just the world that we live in. And I'm at the point where I feel like I've let out enough rage. Okay, because it's been a tough 2 years, of maybe even 3, of me just going off. And I feel like I've let all that out. And this was like my final, okay, girl, you need to stop and you need to heal. Because this isn't even about who's right or wrong, or who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a point to be at war with anything anymore, because you're low key, not even low key, but bro, high key at war with yourself. Like, this is what I had to tell myself. Like, bro, like, you need to heal so you can know how to move in this world without being emotionally fucked up. I feel like I'm at a place now where I can respect my mom more, respect people more, just for being them, and leave it at that. Set my boundaries, and if it's unliked, then that's just going to be unfortunate for them, right? And like I said, I can respect her now. We did have a talk, and now I am back at home. So I did say in my last video that was going to be the last time you seen me there, but it will not be. Okay. I feel like this was just more so of a wake-up call from the universe for me to get my shit together. Because I do, even though like I don't want to be at home, I never worked towards not being at home. So I needed that tower to fall and for everything to come crashing down. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Right? So that I could just realize that I need to be more responsible and be adult. Kamani, set goals, set things, you feel me? Like, work towards having my own place, because that's what I want, regardless if I have a bad or good relationship with my mom. I like to be by myself. I like to be by myself. Okay? So, yeah, you guys, everything happens for a reason, right? You know, we experience the light, we experience the dark, we experience the good, we experience the bad. That's the whole point of life, you feel me? That's the yin and yang balance. Because if you just had all good, there wouldn't be no balance. If you had all bad, there wouldn't be no balance. You need the both so that life can be at balance. And that's for everybody, you feel me? So, yeah. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I'm going to start talking to you guys more, like I said earlier. And I know I said I was going to try to make this sweet and short, but once I get to talking to you guys, like, if you knew me in person and we were like real life friends, y'all would know, like, I can tell a story for days at a time. I do want to end this rant off by saying never ignore your intuition, your higher self, the universe, God, whoever is speaking to you and through you when change is about to come, because it's going to come regardless if you like it or not. So in my next tutorial, you guys, I will go more in depth with my words about what I'm doing, because I know that's usually what you guys are used to. But if you guys like to hear me talk too, let me know in the comments so I can talk more. Make sure to check the description box on this hair. This wig is from Recool hair. Super great quality hair, by the way. But I'll see you guys in my next one.